Hey guys, Philip here again, and today's trading on the 24th of October has been much better, okay? And a very interesting race happened today where the price of the favourites over more than trebled in price, or about trebled or so. I can't quite remember the odds, but basically it went up a lot, okay? And you're going to enjoy that one. So a horse falls over and there's a lot of drama. Today, please make sure that you keep watching this playlist here, particularly my last lesson here about what I've learned so far, okay? About emotional betting, silly risks, and average losses, and so on, okay? And I'm employing those new ideas in today's trading, and as you can see, I have much better results here, okay? Most importantly, I haven't lost anything. On one race here, I think it was this one here, I do make a mistake, and I cover what the mistake was, because it's involving stop losses. But I used the very mistake that caused me to lose. Okay, the fact that the odds shifted so fast and so much, I used that to my advantage to actually make the money back and then some. Okay, so make sure you pay attention to that one there. There's no need to nitpick over every last decision, every last thought process. Remember, guys, I am trading live. Okay, so I'm thinking out loud, and when you think out loud, you're going to say things that are incorrect again and again and again because you're thinking out loud. Okay, that's literally the process of thinking out loud. So please make sure you watch these videos here first to understand what I'm doing. I'm trading as a beginner. I'm going to make mistakes as a beginner, right? And that's the process. I am resisting my own urge to trade because the way I'm trading here, guys, with these races here is very different from how I usually trade, okay? But I'm trying to trade as a beginner using only 2 stakes at a time, £10 stakes, okay? So I'm resisting the urge to go bump, 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 bump because that's what I normally do in my normal trading day. And so for me to trade in this sort of style, that's why things are slower. That's why I'm getting things wrong. But that's a good thing because getting it wrong means I can show you what to do, right? So make sure you watch this video here, what I've learned so far. Okay, it's very important to understand that. And also, if you have not seen any of these videos before, that means you probably have not seen the primer playlist, which is this one here. So make sure you watch this one first. In other words, if you have not seen this playlist here before, then make sure you watch this playlist first. It's a very, very short series here. Watch this first, right? So you understand what I'm doing in this playlist right here, okay? Some people are nitpicking on every last detail here without watching any of the other videos and have no idea what I'm doing, okay? So it's very important that you watch all those. Because I'm trading here as a beginner, so I can show you. So the results here are very, very clear that I'm improving now because I'm becoming much more vigilant about cutting my losses fast, right? I'm not sitting waiting like I did here on this race here, right? And I cover what I did wrong and what I did well there as well, okay? It's so important to understand this. And also ignore this football profit thing here. And if you go back to last until the 20th of October, when I first started the first race here, you can see now that we are in a -3, okay, 3.4. But again, if you actually look at the data, how much we've learned so far, that £3 loss, right? Even if that was £30 loss, that is golden because a course cannot teach you hands-on experience, right? So this here is invaluable. So that's why I highly urge you to do the same, okay? Because it's very important that you record your trades. I'm using a software called ScreenPal, right? Just Google that and you'll go and find it. Or you can use any software you want to record your screen, because by rewatching your trades, you will very, 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 very quickly see exactly what you did wrong, okay? Because when you're in the moment, when you're in the trade, it doesn't matter how much experience you have, you're going to make mistakes. You're going to miss stuff, right? Because you're only as good a trader as your attention span on that day. So if you're having a bad day, if you're being a bit grumpy, if you have an argument with your wife, right, or stressed or tired or you haven't slept properly or whatever, right, that's going to affect your trading. But you can see here now, if you actually go back and watch all these lessons here, you can see that things are moving forward, and I am learning from my mistakes, right? Slowly but surely. And repetition is the key here, and whatever mistakes you make here, you're going to make the same mistakes again and again and again, and slowly but surely you will learn to evolve and adapt, okay? But you can only do that if you put in the work. So right now, we've only done, 27 races, okay? And that's not enough. You need hundreds to really hone in your skill set. And your goal as a trader, and as a beginner marketer, is not to make money, not marketer, beginner trader. As a beginner trader, your goal is not to make money, it's simply to manage your positions, to not lose money, and to learn to read the market and make good decisions, right? Because if you can actually call out and say, I'm going to scratch this because I think it's going to go against me for either a 0 or a small loss, right? if you turn out to be right and the price goes against you, that is a massive victory for you because you read the market. That's the point of this playlist, for me to make mistakes so you can move forward. Okay, so with that, man, guys, we'll jump in here and I'll show you these trades here that I made today. Things are pretty slow, but there's a very exciting race here on this one here. So please enjoy, and any questions, let me know. But as always, guys, please don't nitpick on every last decision, every last price movement. I'm trading live. Okay, I'm trading live. I cannot justify every last word I say because I'm thinking out loud. Okay, I'm doing it for you guys, so please watch, enjoy, and any comments, let me know, and I'm happy to discuss things and help you become a better trader. Okay, cheers. Okay, so we're back again, and let's do some more trading. And right now, I'm trading the first race of the day here. I have no idea how many of these I'll trade today. We'll see how things go, and we'll start on the first one here at 2 o'clock. Okay. And as you can see, right now there's 7 minutes left here, and only 54,000 pad matched, so there's not going to be much happening. All the horses are fairly evenly priced, these first few here. So there's not much to go on. There's 2 resistance points, one at 6s, one at 6 here as well. And so these 2 will be probably the main starting point of the trading. And so obviously right now, all I can really do is wait. So I'll come back in about 2-3 minutes and I'll start trading, okay? Okay, so we're back, and we'll see what happens here. As you can see, the second one here is now approaching the 6 here. So I'll wait and see if this breaks through the 6. The second one here only has 12% of the book here, so I'll be very surprised if it does come through the 6. And, or rather, I'll be surprised if it comes down and continues down past the 6, I mean. So... yeah, okay, so as we discussed in the last video, where I talked about my problems and the things I was going to do differently, this time around I am going to be much more vigilant and strict with exiting my trade if it goes against me to minimize my losses. I will be not doubling down my losses if price goes against me. And if or when I go and play, I'm not going to go on the lay side with a liability 10 because it's not worth it. And I will be, if I do go and play, I'll be going on the back side, which carries a significant more risk in terms of the liability, in terms of the potential for a loss, because when you go on the back side, the horse has to run well. If it doesn't, then you just lose, right? Whereas the lay betting, you have more of a you have more chance they're being matched because the price goes up and down so much. Whereas on the backside, it's more risk in that sense. Obviously, it depends on how you're trading, because if you're using large liabilities, then the risk is higher on the lay side, right? So you can see here, there's not much happening. I could have gone on the lay side here on the 6.4, but I didn't do that because I was busy talking to you guys. So yeah, anyway, so I'll see what I can do here. See, this one here is now at the bottom's range here. And again, given that's 3 minutes left here, do you feel it's going to come down much more? It's worth a little exploration here. So I've gone on the lay side here. I'll pop my stop loss here. And so that's 1 tick shorter than normal, okay? So normally I put it on £1, I'm going to do 80 here, but I will just scratch it off straight away. There we go. So I'm going to be much more vigilant, much more like in and out. If it works out my way, great. If it doesn't, I'll scratch off, okay? So it's 90p there. So it'd be nice if this one here comes down now, just so I can go, yeah, good result. I got in and out fast, because that kind of give me a little early booster that I need to confirm that I made a correct decision, right? Which is always a nice thing. So whenever you're trading like this here, it's good for you to emotionally back yourself up. So even if you're not in the trade, if you make a right call, you should sort of mentally pat yourself on the back, okay, because you made the right decision. But you can see there's nothing really happening, right? There's just everything is just flat, right? So there's not much you can do here. So I'll probably scalp off this one here. I think you can see it's coming down to 6 now. See if it goes past the 6, I'll go on the lay side, I think. Because you can see the favorites come down as well. It is a resistance point here. See if it touches past the 6 here, I'll go on the lay side. It's stopping now, see, it's stalling. So I'll pop in a lay side here and see if I can, because you can see now the favorites come down as well, see that? So this one here is probably going to come creeping up a few ticks. Yeah, It's definitely a bit of lay action here. This one's coming down, see that? It's £300 sitting there, so I'll stop that as well, but it's crashing through, that's great. So I'll put my stop loss here. This one's coming through as well, that's not good. Okay, so let's get out of here. Nope, I took my stop loss there. Okay, that's 30p, not a pound. Okay, so that's good. So that's a small victory. But you can see here, it seems like it's actually lining up towards the front. That one there, that was betting on this one here. So, so you can see now it is going up. See, that's coming back down again. Yeah, it looks like he's going to be a front runner. Just going to check when the next race is here, just to 4:10. Okay, cool. Sweet, so I've got some time here. So let's pop this down here and change to the compressed view. So there are loads of runners here. So on this one here, again, I'm going to be much more vigilant here because I need to be very careful about obviously going on the backside with £10. And I've got a 15 tick offset here. And so this one here, as I mentioned before, right, I need to, there's not much point me backing here for £10 to try and scalp one sort of, 10 pence, right? So I need to be kind of more aggressive in terms of committing to the trade, okay? So if I do place a trade here, then I need to be willing to lose £10, okay, and accept that, but also have a reasonable strategy of I'm trying to win more than just 50p or whatever, okay? Otherwise, in the long run, all you need is like 2 or 3 losing bets, and you lose a disproportionate amount of your bank, which means that it's not a worthwhile strategy, right? And like I've always said before, if you're brand new and in-play trading makes you nervous, don't go in-play. That's simple, right? However, I do recommend you watch them just for practice and pick a horse, any horse, and just watch the odds in correlation to what's happening, okay? Just so you can start getting a feel for it. And like I said before, if you were to put your this here to the liability and stick on like £2 and just go on the lay side, just so you're in the trade, okay? So that way, yeah, there's a small chance you might lose £2, but you can scalp it off before it happens. But if you're in the trade, you're more like emotionally involved. You're actually more focused. So that's a very, very cheap way for you to learn how in-play trading works. By placing a minimal liability, and you can actually trade in and out and actually see how that correlates to what's happening, right? Okay, it's 2 mile, 2 furlong, so it's got a little bit left to go. So basically I'm looking for a horse that's running reasonably well, and I need to decide and commit to, shall I actually bet on that? Okay. So we'll see what happens here. So you can see Lady Gwen is sitting here, I think. And then number 13 is that one there, I believe, on the outside. So I'm hovering over this one here, Weaver's Answer, because he's on the outside here and he's seriously making a move. Yeah, so he's making a move. So this one, if it's that one, not sure. No, that's Wolf Spear. There, that's Wolf Spear. So you can see Wolf Spear here. So it could be worth the back bet there. We can see the prices already come down. Okay, well, see there, I didn't really spot anything. Or I didn't react in time, so that's fine. But I didn't lose money, so that's good, right? So a whopping 36 pence lost there. And that's good because before that would probably would have been £1, right? So that means we're making improvements here. And so 9 horses. Favorite has a huge chunk of the match bets here, 70%. And so whenever, as you can see here, when with a short price like this here, this one here will be erratic, as you can see, because the traded range is massive, right? You see that it's all the way up here, and when that happens is that will obviously push these prices out as well. So you can see both these here drifting, right? These ones, any of these huge prices, forget about those because the prices are completely random and erratic, and there's zero money here. So you can see it'll be a flip on its head for no reason. And so this is these two here. And so we'll see how this pans out. And so the favourite has been coming in for quite a while. And given the fact that there are no other contenders really, in terms of, had there been like 5 or 6 horses that are in the lower prices, then there would be some sort of contention in terms of odds. But right now, I can't really see any reason why this wouldn't keep going down, really. It's obviously very, very short, so there's less reason for it to come down more, but I wouldn't be surprised if it continues just slowly creeping down. So the question is, do I lay one of these here? They're both at the top of the ranges. If this keeps going down, obviously they will go up. This is certainly the weaker one. You can see there's loads more. There's more money sitting here. Here there's almost none. See that? So I probably will go on the lay side here if I'm not too late already. But given that we're 30 seconds away from 2-minute mark, when there's usually a big flurry of chunk money coming in, I want to see what happens here on the favourites. Because if that does start drifting, that's obviously going to push these prices down. So, and the price increments in this one here are bigger. So that means that the profit's bigger, but also the losses are bigger. So I'll hang back here and wait for the next 10 seconds and see what happens. Sometimes the good thing about favourites here with the short price is the fact that you get time to react, because the price needs to move a fair bit before these do. You see money coming on the lay side there. This one's coming down. This one's not moving. See if that continues or if it comes back down again. This one here's now drifting. See that? So I should have been on lay side. This one's continuing. I'll go on lay side now, I think. Not the best entry point, as you can see. But I still got it, so that's good. So I've only got £7 match there. Had it been the full £10, and that would have been a very nice move. The reason why I went in there was because this one here was continuing to come down. Okay, so that meant that this one here would definitely drift. Now, will this cross the 4? That's obviously a resistance point. It's bouncing off. 1 minute on the clock here, so I could, in theory, just scalp off here. Did I not place the... Oh, I put the 15 ticks. That's not good. Okay, so I've got that one as well. That's good. Now, the reason why I entered there is because it's one minute on the clock there, and they, not always, but a lot of the time, they tend to kind of settle down in the last minute or so. Okay, not always, but when the market is this solid, it's like a £180,000 match, then that, you know, there's a reasonable chance that there'll be a consistent resistance there. Okay. So here's now come back down again. And they're definitely going behind now as well. But ultimately scratches off now, because obviously when the post time passes, then the liquidity dies off, and things just kind of flatline. Which can work in favor for us if we're scalping with small stakes, because we can get in and out quicker. So that could work in our favor. But for this one here, I'll just leave it as it is. And so I'll see if I can take this in play as well. So we've got 20 minutes until the next one, so I may as well just watch it and see what happens. And now, obviously, with a short price favourite this year, you know, he's expected to run well, and so obviously if he's leading, then prices won't really change much in terms of it's probably not worth my time backing this one here for £10. I suppose I could scalp it off, but you know, the risk versus reward there is not that good. So the ideal situation here for this one would be if the favourite doesn't have a great start, because if the favourites drift out, then even if it loses, it's still probably going to have a good crack at it, which means that if it does drift out to 4s or 5s, I can back it for £10 and just ride the wave down for 10, 15 ticks and take that profit there. But you know, we'll see what happens and see how it pans out. So I'll come back in a few minutes once they're on the track and once they're ready to go off. All right, so it looks like they're about to go off. Okay. And they're finally off. So it looks like all the glory is on the outside there. Okay, so I think this one here, where are we here? All of the glory. Certainly one I could potentially scalp because the price is quite high. So I could potentially scalp here, up and down on the right here. But again, if I'm risking £10, is it worth it, right? So you need to kind of weigh that up. So I'm going to try and stick to what I said originally, where it's like I need to make sure that whatever horse I back, I need to do it with the notion of I want to win sort of £5, right? Or again, whatever you set yourself, right? Whatever strategy you have, because obviously it depends on what odds you're betting at. okay, and how big a move you're planning on actually taking. But the amount of money you're going to win needs to be worth it. So that in case of, so let's say you get 1 out of 5 wrong, the 4 that you get right needs to cover the cost of that loss. Okay. So they're about halfway now. And you can see that favourites right here. So the odds of him are just rock bottom. As you can see, Flight of Freedom, he's duffed it. This one here, though, he's there. As you can see, all the glory is right here in the third. And it's also 20. So do you think it's worth putting £10 on there? Right? Because obviously if I put £10 in here and he runs okay, and the price comes crashing down. And even just a scalp off down here will secure a very nice profit indeed. But again, you need to watch the horses, see how they're running, right? And that's the kind of the crux of it, right? He's now been shaken up as well. But the favourite here is cruising quite nicely, it looks like. So it looks like a fair done deal here. See, that's what the favourite here is cruising along. Anyway, okay. So I'll just move on to the next one here because there's nothing. Nope. Yeah, I'll just leave that. And so another one that's nothing happening there. And move on to the next one. 30, cool. Okay, so let's see if we can do some better trades here. Again, another handicap. 10 horses, evenly priced horses here, the first 3. And so yes, I'll come back in about 5 minutes, okay? Alright, so we're back again, and you can see here that the second favourite here is drifting. This one has come down to its bottom of his range here. But there's a bit of money sitting here, so I'm probably going to jump on the lay side here on this one here. And I'll scalp off a tick there. I'll scratch it off straight away. So I entered here, and I'm now going to scratch it because you can see that some of this money has disappeared. So again, just to be safe, I'll be very aggressive on my scratching here, just to avoid losing. Okay, and I'll go on the lay side here on this one here, do a trade here as well, because you can see there's quite a bit of cash sitting here, and the liquidity isn't that high yet. So it's picking up now for sure, but it's not that high. So if I can get in and out here, then that'll be nice. And so you see this one here is now to come down 1 tick. So again, now I need to decide, right, do I put a stop loss here and lose £1, or do I scratch off here right away? I could wait, because obviously will the price come down? At this point here, you need to look at the other horses. What's happening on the other horses here? This one's stagnant. This one's just stagnant. And boom, there it goes, okay? But unfortunately this one here has now gone the other way. Okay, so I'll definitely drag this one here down, like so. Just scratch it off. Okay, that's fine. And so I'll take that 38p loss there. And so, let's see what I can do here. This one here seems to be fairly stagnant here. There's quite a bit of cash sitting there as well. But if I go on here, I'll be sitting on top of that 700. And I've got my offset here set. And we'll see if this continues, because obviously it looks like it probably is going to stay there and scratch back and forth. So see if we can get in one tick. And also go back on the late side here for this one here as well. It's at the bottom of his range now as well, so we'll see if this stays there. So that's been taken. And this looks like it's probably going to take it on the other side there as well. Yep, that's good. Just give that one little nudge there. This one's coming through the 6s again. Okay. And it's still here, so again, no reason why I can't go back on the late side here. This one should now be taken as well. I should be near the front at this point here, I think, on this one. And it's quite handy that's not much money here, because that means if this gets taken now, I'll be right in front of the queue. So now I should be right in the front. There we go. So I'll just hover this here and drag it down if it gets taken down like that, just to get out of that. Because now you can see he's gone against me. Again, I'm being very, very ruthless here with my scratching. As you can see there, probably make the right choice. You can see now it's gone through that. This one's kind of crashing down here. There's a bit of money sitting there waiting, so I'll probably jump on the left side there. Just one tick. Yep, there we go. And this one's come crashing out. Favorite's still sitting here now, so it's quite a bit of cash sitting here. So I reckon if I go here on the lay side here, that should be fairly reasonably safe. Because with the money sitting there, that's going to obviously act as a buffer, and because it didn't really budge past that point. So this here now should be taken in a second. Although with these are now drifting out. This one here as well, so we'll see. But there you go, 19 pence profit there. So again, now you can see, I've been ruthless with the exits, and so when this one went against me, I'm not in a loss, and I didn't take a loss, and my stop loss didn't get taken either, so that's good. So this means here that that means now you can see and I can feel more control now, okay, which is great. And that's what it's all about, right? It's all about you having a bit more control over your actions and what you're doing and why. Just want to quickly listen to the commentary here for a second. Okay, so we can see what we can do here and play. Oh, look at this one. Not liking the jockey at all. Let's see if the odds go out on this one. Okay, so we'll see what we can do here. Looks like quite a few of these horses are getting a bit too excited. Okay, so about to go off. Okay. So you stroll on by to the front here. Just gonna check when the next race is here. It's in 8 minutes. So I'll keep watching this for another minute or two. Okay, so I've got my eye on this one here. This stroll on by. Because if his odds stay around the 4s or 5s, then I can back him for £10 and take a nice profit down here at 3-5ish. But you can see the feed is fairly crap. So probably have to just close it down, I think. Can't really see what's going on. Let's see if we can get a better feed here. There we go. Oh, no. Okay, never mind. I'll just take this, close it down here. Can't really see what's going on. And so, hang on, is that the right one? No, this one here. There we go. So, this is going to go off in 5 minutes. And we're back on 1 tick. There we go. Alright, so it's obviously only 4 horses. So all these here are going to bounce off each other like crazy. So one goes up and one goes down, one goes up, one goes down. So this one here, I'll definitely wait until the last few minutes to trade because it's going to be, yeah, I'll be surprised if it's not erratic. So I'll come back in about 2 minutes, okay? Alright, so you can see now things are picking up and livening up. So for this one here, I suspect the prices will probably go up and down and up and down and up and down. So just be very erratic, but they'll continuously go up and down within the ranges here. So like this one here now, for example, was at the bottom's range. So I suspect if I now have an opportunity here to go get some nice long trades. So this one here is probably going to come back up again and come back up here to like 4.9ish and then come back down again and then back up again and back down again. That is just an educated guess. I don't know that, but we'll see what happens here. But I guess I probably should put my money where my mouth is, so I'll pop in here for £10. A little bit too late, maybe. And I'll put exit at 2.9. Oh, massive stake came in there and took it out straight away. I didn't even see that. That was fast. So anyway, that got taken. So I was down here, and then boom, just massive stake came in and took that. Okay. So that's the first one. That's good. This one here is now at the bottom's range as well, as you can see. So again, should have gone on the late side there, but we'll see if that's correct as well. favorite, or the original favorite, has now crossed the fours. So here's coming down again. See that? Will it continue to come down, you think? Or should I go back on the lay side again? There's no money here, see that? No money at all. I'm going to jump back on the lay side here, I think. Also because this one here is coming in as well, and this one here. So this one is definitely going to be pushed out again, I think. See here? Money's coming in. And again, I need to be ruthless here. So I need to actually take this loss here. I need to be quick and be ruthless. Take a small loss there because it looked like it's going to keep coming in. Remember, guys, my goal here is not lose money. Is to make the correct choices. Is not to try and make money. Okay. So this one here is coming quite a bit as well. This one's seriously drifting out. This one, Jesus. Let's see. So this one just crosses 6 now. Do you think it's going to bounce back up down again? Let's jump on the backside here and see if we can ride that wave down again. Again, I'm very surprised it doesn't. But it's now continuing, as you can see. So I'll need to get out here at 7s if it doesn't come back down again. So I'm hovering over here to scratch this if it doesn't come back down again. Okay. So you can see the other 2 horses. This one here is at the freeze now. So yes, crossing there. So I need to get out there. This one here, I've definitely been too slow. I was too eager to see what would happen there. And now you can see he's running away from me. Okay. Obviously not ideal. And so now I'm in big trouble here. So you can see a £2 loss. See that? I've been way too slow. Way too slow. So I'll get out here for a huge loss, right? Disproportionately huge. See that? So when that happens, right, you can see here it's drifting and drifting. That's insane, right? That's a crazy drift. And when that happens, right, and you get on the wrong side of it, then what can you do, right? Either you react fast enough, like I didn't, and get out, or you simply suck it up and take it. But as the whole point of this play is I'm using such small stakes that this £2 loss here is definitely disproportionate to my current profits, right? But to my bank is nothing, right? So even though my ego is bruised right now, it doesn't matter. Do you understand? That's the key. That's the kind of the point I'm trying to get here. Okay. And so right now, what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to chase those losses. I'm not going to start doubling down. I'm not going to increase my stakes. I'll simply keep it cool and see this for what it was. That's an insane drift. Look at that, right? With no retraction whatsoever. What installed here, right? Installed here, but then it didn't actually come back down again at all until this point here. That's a crazy drift, right? And so yeah. So not an ideal situation, but that's the thing. A mistake is a mistake. And this one is crashing through down as well, down here. This one's continue to drift here. I dare say this horse here may be a very good value bet at this point here because it's come out so far from its original price, basically more than doubled in price or trebled in price almost. So if any value bettors out there, that could be a good value one to go for. This one here as well, you can see it's crashing in. So I'm not going to go in here again because I'm obviously not reading this market well at all, right? Hence my minus. So I'm going to go ahead here and exit this trade here and see where the next one is. Next one is in 15 minutes. And so what I'm going to do here, you can see now it's actually going up past 10, right? So I'm going to use the very thing that made me lose money to my advantage. And I'm going to place a value bet here. So I'm going to pop in a £10 stake here to 10 or 10.5 or 11 or as close as I can get to that. Because right now, guys, this here represents a great opportunity because the value is so large, it's ridiculous. The price has literally trebled, right? Now, if this was like a 14-runner race, then I wouldn't do this. But there are only 4 runners, meaning that at this value, The horse doesn't even need to run well. It just needs to run along with the pack, and the price will come down because there are only 4 runners, right? And so I'm going to use the very thing that caused me to lose money. I'm going to use that to my advantage here, and I'm going to pop in a back bet on the favourites. They're still lining up and faffing around, so I'm going to see. I want to see if the price drifts out more. But regardless, if it's 9 or 10 or 11, the value is still there, right? And so the reason I lost money there. Can you spot why I lost money? Yes, I did read the market wrong, of course. The price went against me, of course, but I didn't use my stop loss, right? I sat there and I manually did it, right? And again, it's just a mistake, right? Because so far today, I've been because I've been so ruthless and quick with my exits, I wasn't using a stop loss, right? But look what happened: the price shot through me. And again, when that happens, it's important for you to own that and let your ego, brush your ego aside and just go, oh, okay, oops, I messed up there, right? But understand that kind of drift where a horse, especially the favorites, right? When the favorite trebles in price, right? That is very, very, very rare, right? Very rare. Other horses, yeah, that happens all the time, but for the favorite, that's very rare. So I'm popping here for a 9-6 with a back bet. And right now, guys, my only goal is for this horse to run even average, and I will be able to scratch this off for a 0, okay? So I'm going to place my stop loss a bit further down here. For a profit, but I will be taking the scratch within the first 90 seconds of this race because it's a 2-mile race, right? So fingers crossed he runs well, right? But even if he runs just average, right, it'll be fine as long as it doesn't fall over. That's all good, okay? So yeah, so I'll take this in play, and I'm hoping you can see here the very thing that made me lose money is the very thing that's going to make me money right now because the value is so big that it's sort of unprecedented, okay? So yeah, I'll just load up the screen here. And so this here may look like a straightforward punt, and in some sense it is, right? In the sort of the strictest terms, but in terms of the odds and the value here of what I'm getting, right? It's not a punt because there are only 4 runners, right? And so, and again, you've seen how far the price went out. So had this been down here, then I wouldn't be backing it. But at this point here, the value is so high there that I may as well try it, right? Because these kind of opportunities come up sometimes. There's some weird situations that occur in horse racing. And so all I need to do is have a few good jumps, and that'll be it. So we'll see how this goes. Again, it's all about accepting the risk, right? So I could use it here as a chance simply to recover the loss and no more. So think of this here as like a glorified scratch, right? Or I can use it to take a bit extra profit here. Okay, as you can see, that's coming down. Whoa. Oof. That's nasty. Jesus. Anyway, so my bet got taken there because that horse fell over. That was bizarre. This is a bizarre race, right? So yeah, so that's basically what happened there. Okay, so obviously I had no idea what was going to happen, right? So, but before that, right, you can see that the odds were going down and down and down and down. So at that point there, I was just about to say I'm going to scratch this trade off here just for a simple scratch, right? But I'm hoping you see what I did there, right? That was just a straightforward. That was a calculated risk. 4 horses. The price of this here went up and up and up and up and up and up. See how much that doubled and doubled, right? So there was no reason why I shouldn't do that. Okay. This is a weird race. Look at that. I want to see what happens here. I'm really curious. Oof. She's okay. That's good. That looked like a sore fall as well. Okay. Anyway, yeah. So hopefully that makes sense what I did there. Okay. So there's no need for any sort of speculative comments in the comments below because I've explained what I did there. Okay. The odds went out and out and out so much that the value bet was so extreme there. and I had to just do that. Okay, I had no idea the horse was going to fall. Right, that was not my aim. Had this been like a 15-runner race, then no, I wouldn't have done that because there's simply too many horses involved. But I kept looking at thinking, there are only 4 runners. There's only 4 runners. It's only 4 runners. There's no reason for that odds to be that high. And so even if he only run average, the price would have come down to 7 or 8s, and I knew that, so I would have got a scratch at least. Okay, so those kind of weird situations do happen, just like with that the jockey falling there in that manner. It's very, very odd, but there you go, right? That's the beauty of horse racing. You never know what's going to happen, and sometimes a little bit of luck is on your side. And so I'll jump in here and stick on the next one here. So this one's going off in 11 minutes. Is the right one? Yeah. Okay. Cool. Okay. So I'll come back in about 5-6 minutes. All right. Okay. So back again. Let's see what we can do here. This one's about to cross the 6 mark. Favorite is at the bottom of his range. It's a large field, 11 runners, and you can see the favourites only has 33% of the book. So let's see. Trade here, and I'll pop in a trade down here somewhere. I think just in case there's a big spike coming in. Because right now I can't really. Apart from maybe scalping the favourite, I can't really see anything that stands out. Because here you can see that there's money sitting here, 100, 250, 180, 160. So these are fairly even here. So I can't really see. I can go on the lay side here, but then I'll have to probably scratch it quite quickly. So yeah, I'm just thinking out loud here. I'm just talking gibberish, really. I'm just having a look and thinking at the same time. As you can see there, had I gone on the lay side, I would have had the scratches now straight away. Because that 400 may not last very long. As you can see here, it's gone from 0 to 0.2 quite quickly. And the faster this increases, the higher the chance it'll come through. Okay. As you can see, there's money coming in here for the 5th horse here. I'm not getting a feel for this one here at all. And sometimes that's okay, guys. If you don't feel it, then just sit and wait for your edge, whatever your edge is, right? Just sit and wait. This one here looks interesting. I'll put one in late trade here between these 2 bigger stakes. See if I can get matched. Or you can see it's just totally flat. See how flat it is? Nothing's really happening. There's a big spike there on the 2nd favourite. And now with 30 seconds on the clock here until 2-minute mark, then there'll be a big flurry coming in. on the 2-minute mark. So we'll see what happens now. Okay, so I'm just listening to the commentators here talking about the horses. So this one here's come crashing in a little bit. I'll pop and trade here in front of the £200 there, just so I can scalp off one tick if it comes down again. Although at this point here, I need to keep an eye on the horses to make sure this one here isn't the front runner. Because if they line up in a certain way, then the price will come crashing down. Unfortunately, the camera angle isn't particularly good. Yeah, it's a very strange one, this one. I can't really... My brain is just quiet on this one. I can't really see or think of anything. And sometimes that's okay. Let's take some notes. I can't actually see anything, so that's fine. And when's the next race here? 10 minutes. So I'll go and play here and see if I can spot anything again. And okay, so let's get this ready here. Okay, so we'll see how this goes. I've got my eye on Snipe here, I think is right at the back there. And I'll probably keep an eye on the Lounge Lizard as well, this one here. Oh, nope, false start. Right, I'll come back in 2 seconds once they've lined up again. And this time they're off. You can see Snipe here, the price of Snipe is shot out. You can see he's right at the back there. Now, I was listening to the commentators, and they weren't especially flattering, but they did say he did run well, and there's a reason why he was the favourite. So right now, for me, this represents a good chance to back him, because you would assume that he would be running up towards the front to challenge at some point. But also, it's very early, right, in the race. It's a 3-mile race, so I'm going to wait because the odds might come higher. I'm looking at the time form for the Snipe, and he does finish first, fifth, first, third, and so he'll probably be in contention, I reckon. But again, you never know, right? It's a horse, so it might not run well. So now you see Snatch is way in the back there, way in the back, and his price is not increasing, which is strange. Because yeah, I think he fluffed that last hurdle. See now Snipe's moving up, see that? And the price is now coming down. So you see the price now, Snipe's coming down. But obviously, you know, he's still way in the back there, right? So I'm going to wait a bit longer here. See if he makes a move towards the end. You can see now Sniper's moving up there. He's definitely making headway. She's sniping. Oh, just Sniper's shooting out. I think got 6 to go. I'm going to go on the backside here and Snipe if he crosses the 6 again, I think. Yeah. I'm going to backside here simply because you can see Snipe is definitely, he's making headway, right? Now the odds are increasing, but he's definitely doing better now than he was before, right? So, and the odds were coming down to 4s before. So he's now moving on the outside here. And the price will come down. Boom. Okay, that's taken. Now there's only a £3.60 profit because I wasn't quite sure. The 15 ticks, I wasn't sure how much I needed for that profit, right? So, but again, 360, that's totally fine. It's close enough to £5, especially given because we had that £4 profit before, right? So I'm hoping we see I'm hoping you saw what I did there, right? Again, it's a calculated risk in terms of how he's running, right? And you can see now I could potentially do it again right now if I wanted to, because he's definitely in contention. See that? Doom price comes down again. But anyway, I'll move on to the next race. So. Yeah, so this one here. 2 minutes left and there's only £33,000 matched. So to be honest, I'll probably skip this one here, I think. Yeah, you know what, I'll come back here and I'll try this one here in about 20 minutes. Okay, so I'll come back in about 15, 60 minutes. Okay, so I'll be back shortly. Okay, so we're back again, and here we can see we have a 12-horse race, and they're all donkeys apart from the first 2 or 3 here, or maybe 4. And you can see the favourite has been crashing in here for the last few minutes. And again, this one here is definitely going to be erratic, as you can see, because it's going up and down quite heavily. Same with this one here. It was down at 5.4 a few seconds ago, or a few minutes ago. And obviously, I don't want to get caught on the wrong side again, like I did on the last race, or one of the previous races where I ended up with like a £2.50 loss. I don't want to end up in that position again, so I need to be careful here. But you can see here, there's no money here at all on this one here. So it certainly feels like this one here is going to drift off. And with the favourites holding 70% of the book here, I would say going on the late side on this one could be a good one to go for. Although it is at six, which is a crossover point. What do you think? What do you think is the most likely thing to happen here? Who are people going to back in this here? The favourite or this one here? Do you think? Look where the money is sitting here. There's no money here at all. See that? Now it's going up. So I want to see what happens here now. 183. If it actually pushes through this point here. If it does, then yeah, this one here will go up. But you can see it's resisting here, right? Well, while I'm waiting, I may as well scalp out a tick here. As long as this here is at the bottom of its trade range, then I feel it's safe to scalp here because it's the pressure's on the favourite to come down, not up. There you go. Now it's starting to drift. And so I've not got a good read on this market at all, apart from that little drift there. The favourites are stalled here now. As you can see, 19,000 match today, 183. This one here has come in to the bottom of his range here. This one's now starting to come in as well. See, there's now a lay action on the favourite as well. Oh, that's a big one there. This one started drifting off. This one's coming down. Bang on the 2-minute mark as always. This one's crashing through the 10s. And the question is, will it continue? Will this continue? So you can see now this one here is now stalling at 9.2. So will this retract back up again, you think? Because the favourite's now stalling here as well. but certainly an erratic market. So you should see there. So I should have gone on the late side there, just for a tick or two. I'll jump on the late side here on this one. Actually, see how the favourites pushing past the 2 again, or trying to at least. And this one here is coming up. So see if we could scratch off here for ATP profit. Favourites crashing down again, as you can see. This one here is last take there, I think. There we go. And they are now lining up as well. So I'm going to see where they're lining up and see if I can back the front runner. So it looks like this one is the front runner, but the odds are a bit too high to back it, I think. What number is that one there? Number 1. Cool. Okay, well, I'll simply leave that there. And I'll go and play here. Just going to check when the next race is first, just to see if it overlaps or anything. Okay, got 10 minutes. So let's see what we can do here. So you can see American lands in third there. The prices come up a little bit. Very tempted to go on the backside there for just one or two ticks. Yeah, I should have done that there. It's always very frustrating when you say I should have done that. Doesn't really matter what happens. It's always frustrating when that happens. So I've got my own the American lad here, or American land in there. Because at this price here, even just like 3-4 ticks is like, you know, a decent profit, and still got a fair bit left here to go over the race. So Goto had a weird jump there. It was all shot up. But certainly in contention, that's for sure. This is an awkward angle. You can't really see anything. I should have gone on the backside here of this one here, King of the Lake, when on the corner when he came around there. Oof. There's some weird falls in this one. Okay, never mind. That's fine. Couldn't really see anything there. Or I did see them, but I didn't act in time. That's fine. My finger was itching there because I'm dying to do my normal trading on in play. So it's very hard. It's really hard to resist not to do it. But obviously I'm trying to do this for this this video series. So trying to stick within the rules, as it were. And so I'll do this one here. I think this one here is probably going to be the last one of today. So we'll see if we can get another little profit out of this one. And so £40,000 match, 9 runners, 2 closely priced favorites. We have a resistance point down here. We have some not too big traded ranges. This one here is drifting off. So I'll pop in here on the lace side, I think, on this favorite here. So at the bottom is range here. It's going to take a fair amount to keep pushing it down. And the liquidity isn't that high, so it probably will come back up again. Although it does need to push through 300 here. So I'll scratch it off for now. As always, if you're not sure, scratch it. See, that was a good scratch because it's now going against me there, or it would have been. And now they're just approaching the 2-minute mark. So if this one spikes down now, then that was a very good scratch. Obviously, if you go the other way, then it wasn't. But that's the problem, right? You never quite know. But yeah, it looks like that was potentially a very good scratch from my part. That's good. Avoiding a loss. So it seems like being more aggressive with getting out of a trade, if you're not sure, is probably the best option for everyone. So here's another crashing through the 4. This one's crashing down as well. This one's crashing out. Seems quite erratic, this one. So you can see with this one coming down, this one came up, but this one crashed down, and so they seem to be bouncing off each other, these two here, for sure. One of my favorite trades to do is to watch two horses that are bouncing off each other, and if one comes down and the other one doesn't react, the one that came down initially will come back up again. I love those trades. I'm not really getting a good read on this one here either. This one's continuing to come down. Yeah, I'm not really reacting to anything here. They still got ages to go yet until they're off, because they're still faffing around parading. So, but as you know, the liquidity dies here as they're about to, as the post time passes. And as this one here is crashing in a little bit. Tend to go and lace out here on this one. No, I couldn't really get read on this one here. I couldn't really get anything in my head. So yeah, it's fine. Again, you know, I did make a good scratch though, so that's good. So that my mind is a nice little victory. Okay, go. Okay, well, this one here, nothing happened here, but that's fine. And so, with that in mind, let me just quickly bring over my profit and loss here for today. As you can see here today, a whopping £8.40, £8.04. Okay, but as you can see here, it's nice that now these are all profits. Obviously, we had this very strange one where I ended up in a big loss, so about £2.50, I think it was. But that actually worked out in our favor, because the very thing that made me lose was that massive drift from like 3.8 up to 10. So obviously that was huge. I mean, that's very rare you see such a big drift where there's no retraction of any sort, right? Or at least not very much at all. I think it stalled on 2 points, but it didn't actually retract for more than like a fraction of a second. And so, but that very thing that made me lose was the reason why I won, because of the fact that I went on the backside before the race went off, because the value was so freaking high that and there's only 4 horses. So the very thing that made me lose was the thing that made me win, if that makes sense. Because had it not drifted out so far, I wouldn't have backed it, right? Because the value wouldn't have been there. And also, had there been like sort of a 15-horse race, and also I wouldn't have backed it. It was just the fact that 4 runners, the favourite goes from 3.8 whatever it was up to 10 in the space of 3 minutes, right? That's just it's simply too much, right? Even if the commentators are slagging him off or saying something bad about him, the price it's just too high. So the very thing that made me lose was the thing that made me win on that one. Obviously, I had no idea the horse was going to fall, but if you go back and watch what was happening at the time, the price was coming in slowly but surely, simply because there's only 4 runners, right? And he was running with the pack. And so overall, I'm happy with today. I definitely could have made some better decisions, but that's the whole thing here. I definitely could have made a lot of money because I was itching to place a lot more trades in the in play. But I'm trying to stick within the parameters. I'm trying to keep my cool so I can trade as a beginner, right? And so obviously I'm trading here outside of my own comfort zone because I personally don't trade this way, so it's a bit awkward, right? But you can see here, despite that, we've had a good day today, and the one thing I'm very happy about is the fact that I did scalp off some losing trades early, which meant that I got in and out quickly, so that the losses, my stop losses didn't get taken because I didn't even get there. So that's why I didn't even use stop losses today, because I knew I was going to be very aggressive in terms of getting out quickly. And so that's really sort of helped me have basically no losses here, apart from this one here today. And so, yeah, so hopefully, guys, that was helpful. And yeah, I'll see you maybe tomorrow or the next day, and I'll do another video for you right here. Okay? And if I flip over here to the full profits from the 20th here, as you can see from when we started this little series, you can ignore the football profits there. That's something different. As you can see, so far we've got £3.40 loss, okay, which is great when you consider how much experience you're gaining here. And obviously because of today, we had a reasonable, profit loss ratio. We're on a good track here to recover that horrendous day we had the other day here when I lost £10 and £4 and £2 and whatever. Okay. So anyway, I hope this helps guys, and I'll see you again in a few days for the next video. Okay, cheers.